start us off, a farmer requires a feeder that will hold the feed in check as the chicks feed. This can be improvised by use of an empty egg carton without a lid during the first few days of the chicks fed. As soon as the chicks get used to feeding, put a top on it and cut holes so that the chicks can access their feed easily.
Kama ni vyakula, we maintain mikebe ambao wanakula wakiwa comfortable. We give them good height, mikebe, and also spacing. Ukiangalia ni kama zimepangwa kwa laini vizuri na spacing. Sasa kama sasa wakipewa chakula, you would think it's as if they are in a queue. Hata unaweza kupata nafasi ndani yao vizuri because they are well spaced na zinakula zikiwa na comfort.
Then I also look at the number of drinkers that the farmer has, because you see, the biggest challenge that I find farmers, poultry farmers have, is the number of the drinkers vis-a-vis the number of the birds. So if the farmer does not have the right number of feeders and drinkers, then the farmer will have issues with the hygiene issues, because if birds don't have sufficient feeders, they will actually eat sawdust, and sawdust mixed with feces, this brings reinfection.
Moreover, broiler chicks need access to fresh water continually in order to survive and get more nutrients. Provision of water can be actualized by use of a poultry waterer. This freshwater carrier has a reservoir for the water and a pan to allow the birds to drink out of it. This means that as the chicks drink water from the pan, more water is being channeled to the pan from the water reservoir in order to replace the water drunk by the chicks.
Baada ya mjengo unaye, how are you managing what is inside? So to manage, we manage one, the feeding system and the water systems. For water systems, we maintain cleanliness. Hiyo ni namba moja. Water is supplied at good temperatures and cleanliness. Anytime maji yako imeingia na virus ama imeingia na amoeba, it will still translate to the poultry. Ni kama tu nyumbani, tukikunywa maji ambayo sio safi, tunaanza kusema typhoid and the like. Same with the birds, same with the animals. They still suffer the same. So we want to maintain clean water and clean system ambazo zina function.
The trend of going organic when it comes to broiler feeds is steadily rising. With this in mind, experts advise that all feed apart from minerals and vitamins must be organically produced. Inasmuch as non-synthetic vitamins are preferred, synthetic sources can be embraced if and only if non-synthetics are inadequate. When dealing with organic feeds, animal byproducts from both poultry and mammals are not allowed in the feeding rations. This includes meat and bone meal. A farmer should observe the handling of feed ingredients with organic requirements. Whether a farmer is buying organic feed from mills or grow their own ingredients, high levels of observation should be given to organic guidelines. Unlike the norm, live broilers should not be transported upside down regardless of the distance. Promotion of drugs is achieved organically but not through use of drugs, apart from cases where the animal is threatened. Accommodation of natural and health behavior of the animal that includes outdoors, shade, shelter, exercise, fresh air, and direct sunlight, just to mention a few, can be achieved through the establishment of living conditions. Good nutrition, sanitation, healthy living conditions, and vaccinations must be observed, as these are the requirements of healthy care measures.
The standards for meat regulation says that birds that are supposed to be eaten by humans should at least be vaccinated for fall typhoid. The reason is simple. Fall typhoid is zoonotic, meaning that it can spread from human beings, from animals to human beings. So the birds that we sell to hotels, to our individual clients, their clients can actually rest assured that our birds have actually been vaccinated. 1, by a qualified vet who knows what they are doing. 2, the right way. 3, with the right medication. So the farmer has no issue, or the client, whoever consumes the birds, has no issues with the birds that are ill or anything.
We have different types of vaccines, and we have different application methods of vaccination. So there are certain vaccines that are applied through the oral route. So the farmer puts the vaccine into drinking water and the birds drink. They take the vaccine through the drinking water. There are other methods like injection. And by injection, there are two types. We can have the subcutaneous injection, whereby the vaccine is injected under the skin. The other route of vaccine application is through the intramuscular route, whereby the bird is injected on the muscles, either the breast muscles or the thigh muscle. We are going to inject through the thigh muscle. That is what we recommend today. So vaccination, the importance is to prevent serious diseases. There are some diseases, especially the viral diseases, which leads to high economic losses. For example, the Newcastle itself is it could kill close to 30 to 50% of your, or even 100% of your flock. So once we do it, this particular vaccine, once we do it, we'll repeat it after another year. So it's known as a killed vaccine, and it stays in the body for close to a year. Yes, and there's another type of vaccine. Okay, the Newcastle could also be applied through the oral route, but we have to boost it after every 3 months. Since it's a live vaccine, we boost it after every 3 months. But this particular one, since it's a killed vaccine, we boost it after 1 year.
Meat birds that are sick must be medicated and should not be denied medicine simply to preserve their organic status. It is advisable to always medicate them and sell them for profit. Manure from broilers must be handled in a hygienic way to avoid contamination of crops, water, and soil. This should be done to enhance optimization of nutrients.
If there is a sick bird, it should be put aside. Number two, if there is an injured bird, look for the source of injury. Kwa sababu utapata sababu labda alivunjika mguu, mabawa ama amekatwa, look for the source. Kama ni watu ndio source, they should be careful when handling. Kama ni equipment ama pengine wanakwama mahali, you should be very, very careful. Kwa sababu kama wao kufa, they only need a few seconds and they die. Kwa hivyo angalia nyumba yako ni wapi source ya injury.
There is a huge demand of broilers in Kenya and lack of adequate information. That is why there is a need for farmers to be more informed on the housing, feeding, and basic requirements of managing these types of meat birds. Chicken houses should be conducive to accelerate growth by keeping up with housing requirements such as dryness, living near broiler houses, just to mention a few. In the same breath, it is important to feed your broilers with a lot of proteins for them to grow without forgetting a fair share of water to ease digestion.
Kwa the poultry structure farm, structures are very, very important. If you have a poor structure, hata wale ambao watakaa ndani the poultry will not be very comfortable. So kwa mnyama atakupea ndio output, but to a limit. The more comfortable they are, the better for you. They will give you to the fullest. Ikiwa structure yako sio mzuri, hata wao wanajisikia hawako comfortable and they give you very low percentage za output.
I would advise anybody who want to do chicken rearing, you first of all get the market. May it be for broiler, may it be for layers, get the market for broiler. By the time it gets to 5 weeks, exactly 5 weeks, sell it. And the higher the number, the higher the profit, of course. Because the labor needed for 500 chicks is still the same labor needed for 1,000 chicks. So it's better if you keep it in large numbers, provided you have the market.
That's all we had for you on poultry farming. Keep tuning in to KTN Farmers TV for more informative shows.